Yesterday's defeat against Tottenham feels a lot worse than it should do due to how the game went. Before the game, if everyone said Tottenham will win 1-0, I think a lot of Luton fans would have probably taken that result. We were probably expected to lose because of how well Tottenham had performed since the start of the season, and following the defeat against Burnley midweek, confidence was at a low for Luton. But that's not how the game went. Now, the starting 11 I thought was a good starting 11, and I was very surprised and shocked to see that Luton actually moved to like a back four. It was actually more of a 4-4-2 formation in the game. Reece Burke was playing more as a right back than a right-sided centre half, which was quite strange to see. But even despite that, our midfield was so cut open multiple times within the first 15 minutes. And Tottenham should have been 3-0 up. They should have been 1-0 up after 3 minutes. Richarlison had a massive chance, and I don't understand how he managed to get that ball over the bar. But then they had a few other opportunities as well, which was very good saves by Kaminski to keep the score 0-0. Excuse me. But yeah, to keep the score 0-0. Now, the team in itself going forward, we did cause Tottenham problems. I always thought we were going to get chances against Tottenham, especially due to our physical style of play. Chances which I felt we should have done better with. Now, we had better chances in the second half because of Tottenham going down to 10 men. But you look at those chances which we did create in the second half and you're thinking to yourself, how have we not scored ourselves? Now, to go at half time against Tottenham 0-0 was a good thing for us. It was so important just to stay in the game. It doesn't matter how many opportunities Tottenham are going to get. If they should have scored about 5 or 6 goals, it doesn't matter. You need to kind of stay in the game, which we did. We did that job correctly. We stayed in the game and we kept it 0-0 at half time. Now, the Tottenham Basuma who got sent off, it was very good referee in there. First one was a yellow card, and the second one for the dive, to spot the dive as well, was a great decision by the referee, and he made the correct decision by sending him off. A weak mentality referee would have sent him off, would not have sent him off there. So I have to applaud the referees. You know, we slag them off and when they don't do well, so it's only right that we praise them when they do actually do their job correctly. And I felt the referee made a good spot there. So yeah, at half time you're 0-0 against Tottenham. You know, you've got 11 players on the pitch. Tottenham have 10. You're in a good situation for the second half. However, in the second half, that wasn't meant to be. A lack of concentration on a short corner. There was a lot of debate whether that corner should have been retaken because Tottenham, took it while the ball was moving. I didn't think there was much in it, if I'm being brutally honest with you, but we switched off at the back. Maddison, with his quality and skill and dribbling ability, beat Doherty far too easily on the, near post, if you want to call it, and then played the ball into the 6-yard box, and it was an easy tap in for the Tottenham centre half, who also had a fantastic game. Should we have been better switched on? Yes. Is that an easy goal to concede? Yes. Is it another moment in a game where we just switch off and concede again? Yes, it is. It's all those things. We are just getting punished for switching off. It's really hurting us at the moment, because in the second half I felt we defended really well and we just let ourselves down extremely there by just lack of concentration on a short corner, and it was far too easy as well. It wasn't, yeah, Maddison has quality, I'm not denying that, and look, I'm not denying Tottenham at all. They've got quality throughout the whole pitch. They've got World Cup winners in that squad. I understand that. However, there's certain things we have to do better. It's just schoolboy defending, and if half the goals which we've conceded so far, we would never have conceded in the Championship. So we need to be much better switched on going forward. But anyway, we concede that goal, and then it's basically us, trying to get back in the game. But before Tottenham scored that goal, we had a golden opportunity ourselves, didn't we? Elijah Adebayo, he was just a tapping away. He was a tapping away. He just needed to get some contact on it, and it's a goal. And unfortunately, he misses it completely, and it goes out for what was a goal kick. Gutting, because if he scores that, the game is completely different. The game is completely different if he scores that. Football is fine margins. It's about taking the moments when they come to you. You're always going to get moments as a player, and unfortunately that was the moment to get the goal. If that was Morris, it goes in. If that was Ogbeni, it goes in my opinion. But because it was Elijah, despite scoring midweek, it didn't go in, and that's the most frustrating thing. It is what it is. We concede a couple of minutes later and we're 1-0 down against Spurs at home. And then it's pretty much all us, isn't it? However, we just make it really easy for Tottenham. I felt, you know, our intelligence was not in play against Tottenham. I think we didn't do smart things. I felt we moved the ball too slowly. When you're playing against a team that is 1-0 up and they've got 10 players behind the ball, what are they going to do? They're going to try and make it as frustrating as possible. But you've got to move the ball quickly. You've got to get players out of position. You've got to create openings. You've got to create space. It's going to be tight. It's going to be compact. And we just didn't do it. It was far too predictable. It was far too easy for Tottenham to defend. Yeah, we did cause them some problems from corners and set pieces. And yes, Jacob Brown had a fantastic opportunity with a free header, which if it's on target, it's also a goal. And it's probably as bad as the Elijah Adebayo miss, in my opinion, because you should not be missing a header from 6 yards out when you've got full contact on the ball. You know, what can you do? You know, Edwards in this game, I can understand why he's disappointed, and I don't blame Edwards at all, because he then made some substitutions. Woodrow came on, who had an opportunity but had an awful first touch, and if he had a better first touch, you know, that he could have scored himself. You've got Luke Berry, who didn't do anything, who's an attacking player. So I understand the reasoning behind bringing those two players, because, you know, when you're throwing players forward, you know, and the ball drops in a certain area, you want players that have a natural instinct just to shoot. So Woodrow and Berry are those types of players to do that. You've got Chong, who's got that creativity and flair and dribbling ability, who could beat 1 or 2 players. I thought Chong was brilliant when he came on, so that was another positive sub. Menji, I thought when he came on was positive in the replacement of Mans Anderson. But Ross Barkley was one player which I was very disappointed with, and who was awful when he came on. I know he's lacking match fitness, but God, he frustrated the life out of me. He was just not ready at all, really, for a game like yesterday, in my opinion. But yeah, the chances were there, but it's that one lack of concentration which lets us down, and we obviously walk away from that game with nothing, where, you know, we should have got something. And I've said that quite a few times over the last couple of weeks. We should have got something. That is a positive to say that, you know, rather than saying we got completely outdone today, we don't deserve anything. But we need to start getting these points. We're going to shoot ourselves in the foot, and we're making life really harder for ourselves over the course of the season, because we've got some tough games coming up. I think 4 out of our next 6 games are away from home. That's going to be tough. You know, when you've got Forest away, Villa away, Manchester United away, they are tough games. They're not easy. You know, they're really not. Got Liverpool at home as well coming, Brentford soon. They're tough games. They're not easy at all. So we need to find wins. That's the brutality of the Premier League. What game are we going to win? I don't know. I really don't know. But I think international breaks come at a good time. We need players like Ross Barkley, if you're not fit, to get fully fit. We need... I feel like we're missing Clark. You know, a lot of people are saying that, oh, we need a striker who knows how to take chances. I don't think it's that, if I'm being brutally honest with you. I think we need a midfielder. We're missing a Clark. That's what we're missing. We're missing someone who creates opportunities. Because it's alright, I know we create the odd couple, but look at how many chances Tottenham create. They create loads. They create 4 times the amount. That's the difference. You know, because Tottenham, like Richarlison, he can afford to miss 1 opportunity because he knows he's going to get another 3 more. Whereas we're not. You know, one player's going to get 1 opportunity and that's it. He ain't going to get another one. And that needs to change going forward. And also, the midfield balance needs to be better as well. We're far too easy split open as well. So, those are my thoughts. I thought Kaminsky was man of the match. You know, he kept the scoreline level, lower throughout the game with his saves. And Morris was good as well. Shame that he got that heavy blow to the head, because I think that impacted him in a certain way. Ogbeni was class again. But the likes of Jacob Brown, who I was calling for to start at the start of the season, needs to start taking chances. And, you know, Elijah, I'm not going to be heavily critical, but you've got to score that chance as well. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts down below, guys. Fortunately, it is a 1-0 defeat. Next video will be my 5 things which we learnt from the game against Tottenham, so make sure you check out that video. And yeah, all the best, enjoy your Sunday, and yeah, I'll see you all soon.